Not seeing the green light on the audio, so I'm gonna switch to this audio. Hey Tommy, how you doing, man?
Good.
Good to see you. Thanks for letting us come see your space. Can you let me know if the audio's okay? Sweet, the audio's working. We're just gonna do a little tour of Tommy Mello's office and his yard and stuff like that. So if you don't mind showing us a little bit around here, bro.
Yeah. So this is one of our vans. We deck it all out. We put seat covers on here. Put a wheel cover. There's actually in the back here a place to charge your battery. And then what we do is these are all special pipes. So we don't wrap the pipes. We sand them down and use a high temperature motor paint. And then this is the back here. This is we add all these to protect it against openers hitting. And what's really cool is this is made out of aluminum. So we were able to drop 700 pounds by building out of aluminum. The openers slide in here. The springs go in here. And then we built custom caps up there. Everything's got a label on it. And the trucks are different trucks for install. Vans are service trucks. Check this out. So these are all labeled. There's little things that go into here. This is all through. You've got this pops out for your metal. We thought about everything. These trucks took years to design the way we got them. This is for all of your information of having a customer. You've got your mission, mission, core values.
Ooh, I like that.
So it's nice the customer gets to see it if you want the customer out here, which we try to do. And then we'll go back through the front here. Lots of stuff going on right now. We're building a new training center across the street. We'll go there last.
So we're going to talk about recruiting, training, a lot of other stuff. We're going to do a little podcast on this live. So thanks for joining us, everyone.
So here's the deal. The plan when you're recruiting is to have a nice place that when you give them a tour, they're like, this is cool.
Yeah.
You'll find that it just attracts a lot more people.
Yeah.
This is our showroom. So anything you can think of, we designed in here. The garage door is 40% of your curb appeal, so makes a big difference. So these are all custom. We built these in the back. You guys will see where this is at. We're moving a lot of stuff around because of this new training center. So this is a custom door we built over there. These are all doors that come from the manufacturer. Believe it or not, this is actually all aluminum with a coating on it. So pretty cool. Let's keep going here. This is what we call our garage door Bible. Anything you need it is in here. Some really cool stuff in here. So let me show you guys real quick. You'll love this. All right. So garage door accidents. Yummy. $21 million lawsuit against an indie dealer. $3.5 million lawsuit right here against a New Jersey dealer. We explain what happens if we don't fix the door correctly.
Whew.
I've got our Inc. 5000 on here. We've won 4 years in a row, so that's awesome. Kind of a mess in here. Was working all weekend. We were in here yesterday and Saturday, typical weekend. I got my affirmations here. Lots and lots of books. Lots going on in here. Somebody gives me a gift. I tend to put it somewhere. So it's a little eclectic in here. We got lots of great stuff. So the other day at one of my meetings, I said we got to do more role play. And in the office, you guys, I'm sure you guys have seen butt liquor and prices have never been lower.
Butt liquor. Prices have never been lower.
Sir, this is William Butt Liquor. Was on a plane the other day with Charles Barkley, and then that's Xander, pro golfer.
Badass.
So got some offices here. There's Adam and Ross. This is Early Breeze. Lots and lots going on over here. These guys are traveling. Luke and Brian are out of town. Angela runs the call center. Stacy's HR. Where's our lead recruiter over there?
Recruiting.
So recruiting, we'll go into here real quick. We've got a way that we build standard operating procedures, and it starts out like this. I'm going to go through all these things. It's complicated to kind of explain, but
yeah. That was one of my questions I'm going to talk about a little bit on the podcast, but who owns standard operating procedures? How do you?
It's department. This department.
Yeah.
There's departments.
Yeah.
So But I don't get involved with a whole lot.
Yeah.
In fact, the more I can not be involved, the better.
Yeah.
I'm really the force that wants us to grow, getting into acquisitions. Now our budget this year is $151 million. You really want to make this place a fun place to work. That's really the main thing. And then every time you do something nice for your employees, you should have them recording it going live. And you should get them a special link that they can recruit. We get $1,500 per person we recruit. A lot of money they can make. 2 people a month gives us 36 grand. So when I say I want my CSRs to call their salespeople, I say I want them to make 70 grand. People are like, how can they make 70 grand? 36 grand from recruiting, 35 grand from their main job. That's 71 grand. So go over here. Got a lot going on out here. Our call center is virtual now. So 28 people work from home. We got some stuff going on over here. These are all trainers. This is dispatch. Those are doors. Ordering center. What's up? Heyo. Heyo.
How's it going?
This is our studio. You guys see in this a little bit, but boom! You can make it any color in the background. Really trying to make it nice in here. These are noise dampening walls. We've got sound protection. We've got a separate HVAC unit. Pretty cool stuff in here. This is a special toolkit. We'll go show you guys the tools we buy, everybody.
Morning, Tom.
What's happening?
Excuse me, sir.
So never be afraid to try something new. Remember, amateurs built the Ark, professionals built the Titanic. And then this one's my favorite. Work while they sleep, learn while they party, save while they spend, then live like they dream. Our employee of the month is Giraffe. Why a giraffe? Yeah, we've had some stuff fall, but a giraffe is they stick their neck out for the company. They got a big heart and they want to stand tall. So right here we've got Golden Tee, we've got Big Buck Hunter, we've got pinball, drinks, popcorn, ice machines, coffee. This one's my favorite. I played all weekend. Got
Really?
the cups here, different mugs.
Yeah. Go hard for your employees, though. It's nice in here.
Yeah, try to make it nice. It's still kind of messy in here. So there's only 3 reasons why a system fails. There's no system, the wrong system, or the system most of the time is not being followed. See, a lot of the times what I do is I'll spend a long time trying to figure out, if you use a day to build a standard operating procedure or system, you should spend 10 days figuring out how you're going to hold companies or how you're going to hold the people accountable in your company. Okay. So this is the training center. Those guys, I don't know where they were going, but we've got mock-up trucks everywhere. This is just one section of it. That one's being used right now as storage because we got out of the inventory game and then supply chain hit the pooper, and now we're back in the inventory system. So I'm always watching.
I love that.
So these tools right here are about $3,000 a pop. So you get decked out with everything you need. This is to become a garage door badass. We're going to give you everything you need to succeed properly. And my goal, we're only hitting 20 to 30 a month. My goal is to be at 100 technicians a month that graduate, not just come through the training program. Because believe it or not, we send a lot of people home.
What gets somebody sent home?
Yeah. What gets them sent home?
What's
So if they don't, they got to be awesome. They gotta want it. They gotta show up early. They gotta leave late.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing is they realize they kind of self-opt out. They say, "Listen, I'm not ready for this."
Get down, bro.
So that's Bluetooth. We took that some with Bluetooth. So these are lights, but they're actually speakers.
Oh, really?
So
Weird. That's actually
this one.
nice.
Yeah. And then here's if you want to work out weird. With weird lighting. Hey, how are you?
Very well, and you?
Good. So we're going here to this is the custom department. This is where we make our everlasting gobstoppers.
The Willy Wonka.
So, if you could think it, we could build it here. What's up? How you guys doing? This will be coated with different chemicals to make it look like this. So we call this a Japanese patina.
Nice.
This is the adult film industry who I told you about. So, what's up, Brandoni? How you doing, man? Good. Coming together. These are all wood overlays. What's up? Great. So this is where we have a bunch of tools, more tools. You know, we're always sitting on a couple $100,000 worth of tools. This tool alone, it's called a shear winder, and it's a safe way to wind springs. And this thing is roughly around $700, and it saves shoulders. And we don't give it to the guys till the last day before they leave because we want them to do it regular by hand. Best impacts in the industry. We got special staple guns. This is a scale. We weigh your door to make sure it weighs the right amount. It should weigh 0 on the ground. This stuff. And then I got all my posters going next door here. I'm coming for everything they said I couldn't have.
I like it.
Some cool stuff. I got a lot in here. We'll be moving that, and then we'll go. Get that door for me, brother. This is Brandon's office. And then you got some marketing going on up here. Possibly the guys kind of work their own schedule. I don't like them coming all the time.
Hey, us marketers are soft, you know.
That's it. So you got the ping pong table over here. Oh, see? I think there's somewhere around here. We got the 3 massage chairs. See, there we go.
What up?
What's up, y'all?
How's it going?
How's it going?
Yeah.
What up?
Got the dartboard. So, what do we got over here? This is where we do most of our meetings. What's up?
Hi, how are you doing?
Hi, how are you doing?
Good.
Good. So, this is what we have over here. One day you will tell your story of how you overcome what you're going through right now to become somebody's survival guide. All right, now we'll go to the favorite place that I want to show you guys, which is next door. So, some of the things that you'll find, you want to get a place, like I said, that attracts people. But talk about going into different niches. But it's definitely, oh, these guys are testing. We got to be really quiet. I'm kidding. Get it. They got to test out. They got to get some ridiculously high score. So let's go next door. See little things like this. You know, we always choose a new employee of the month. There's always several employees of the month now. So we ran out of room, so we had to buy the building next door. We really ran out of parking.
Yeah, we're gonna do a podcast here in a second. So if you guys have any questions, start popping them in. Appreciate you guys checking it out.
So the cool thing is, this is in an opportunity zone, which if you guys don't know what an opportunity zone is, you should look it up. After 10 years, we bought this building for a little over $6 million. I won't have to pay any taxes. It's complicated, but I won't even go into details. But so we bought this whole building. and we're taking about 4 of the suites. So this is our new training center. Boom! Woo. So this is pretty freaking sick. It's gonna be our kitchen, island, living room. This is all for sales training. I'm putting over $100,000 of audio visual.
Yeah.
So this is all getting painted black, all new lighting. We're gonna have in here a Harley Davidson. We're putting a Harley. We're putting in a toboggan, snowboards, golf clubs. We're gonna have a pool table in here. Everything you find in a garage. We're gonna have one that's packed. I'm gonna have fake dogs everywhere. You gotta go play with the dog, get the dog's name, give him a treat.
Yeah.
So this is really about role playing.
Yeah.
So garages everywhere. So it's exciting. We're adding bathrooms back there, but yeah. So we'll show you over here. We're taking a building. Top over there just got stuff put in. There's enough for 20 people. We're taking this one over here. We're taking this one right here. So ultimately, tenants don't know this, but I'm about to jack up their rent. But what's nice is I'm just going to give them a 90-day lease, and then they can re-up it. So if I need a place to move into, I'm not into really trying to kick them out, but this is how the county, and they only have 2 people in here at a time, which is great. So they're like really easy. So I kind of like want them to stay in here. Hey there, what's happening? Hello. So yeah, things are moving and shaking here.
Love it. So as you progress over time with different training situations and stuff like that, let's kind of talk to people that are a little earlier, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, well, it's nice. You got to get at least something. In other markets, we call those spokes. There's only one door. It's a 9x7, and it's all labeled. I mean, there's a special way we do it. I should have showed you in our training center over there, but it's really decked out, and they got to practice on the real thing. The biggest thing is role play.
Yep.
Role play. How do you triple down on role playing? And a lot of people say, I'm going to give them what I have and I'll let them make it their own. That's the biggest mistake you could do.
Okay.
You want people to learn exactly like you say how to do it.
Yep.
It's these little subtleties. Like, I'll give you an example. Let's say here's the garage right here. One of the things I always do is, if come here real quick. If this is my customer, I'm going to go like this, and I'm going to show her the parts, because that makes her feel a little more empowered.
Yeah.
Little things like that's what you work in the training center.
Yeah.
So we're going to be sitting down at their kitchen table. We're the only garage door company that's been invited in their home. We're sitting at their kitchen table giving them options. And we're selling with questions. So we'll go into that here in the podcast.
All right, let's do it.
So right here I've got the best book of all time in the top. And then I got my other favorite book, which is How to Win Friends and Influence People. And I had a gal that used to work here that wrote better cursive than I did, so we let her write it. Bree got this. This is $700 for Christmas for me. I don't know how she spent $700 on this. Yeah, that's it. So
Sweet.
What's happening? So this is not like cribs. You might find some pickles, and that's about it.
Yes. All right, let's do the podcast.
All right, let's roll.
Yeah, question for you in the interim. Well, maybe I could start the podcast with it, but yeah, 1 second. Do it on the podcast.
Rollers. Rollers is the key. Everyone needs rollers.
Hello, good
Hey,
morning.
hey.
Good morning.
So, got a birthday wall here. A lot of codes to remember.
Go ahead and
Get you guys some chairs.
Diving right into it.
Yeah, if that's okay.
Let's rock. Cheap chair for you.
If it's okay, I might get the audio from you for this, if that's all right.
Yeah. I mean, you'll have to. I don't know how your mic might be a little.
Yeah,
bit
this
better.
I actually had to unplug it because it was causing issues. Let me see if I can get it back in. Guys, get some questions here for Tommy if you don't mind. See if we can.
Got a bunch of new audio equipment.
You got a bunch of new stuff?
Yeah.
Check 1, 2.
You gotta step everything up. I'm sorry.
Hey, Bia, can you tell me if the audio is working there? Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. If you're not watching live, tell us if the audio is working here. Excuse me.
Do you need water or anything? Are you good still?
I'm good. Thank you so much. All right.
Golden. You're golden.
Sweet.
You're gold.
That's cool.
You're golden, pony boy.
Maybe throw some a comment in there to just say ask some questions and then relay them if we get them. I'm gonna just start my podcast like normal and for the benefit of the live people as well. Hey, how's it going? It's Sid Brown, and this is the Hook Better Leads podcast. And today we're talking with Tommy Mello, live and in person. How you doing, man?
Great. Thanks for being here.
Appreciate you giving us an office tour. You know, I'm gonna start. I've got my card of questions. A few people asked some questions too, but the first question I've got is: have you always had the mojo and the confidence in your own personal salesmanship? Or tell me a little bit about your journey from if at one point you didn't have it and slowly getting up to the point where you had it. Or yeah.
You know, I don't care what you throw me into. I was gonna win.
Yeah.
I'm a competitive SOB. So at the end of the day, the reason I got out of the field is that it took me 8 years. I said I'm not gonna leave until someone could outsell me. And one day I found a guy that came from a really big company that knew a lot more about sales than I did at the time. And we used to ride together. We went neck and neck, but he was a machine. And I said, okay, my time has come to start working less in the field. And, you know, I read the E-Myth at the time, but I was a money machine, man. I mean, when you're out there writing big tickets, conversion rate, getting 5-star reviews, take care of the customer first, give them 5 out of 5 service. And then it's not bad. I've got a sales process that we call it the sales process that works every time.
Mm-hmm.
So what I needed to learn how to do is delegate. I needed to learn how to give up some control.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what's causing such growth. And we're actually at a weird time in the company right now. We're getting ready to hike up to the next level. We are going to do $1 billion in 2025, which is about less than 3 years away, actually. So how do you get to $1 billion of revenue? I wrote this on the whiteboard, and I said, okay, if the average tech that's 500,000, now it's 650,000. But at the time it was 500,000. I need 2,000 technicians. How do I get 2,000 technicians? Well, I'm going to need a training center. I'm going to need recruiters. I'm going to need trainers. And I'm going to need to create a culture that is a magnet for A players. Mm. So we're really, I'm excited about is I'm bringing on a chief marketing officer. Mm. That'll allow me to do a lot less in that department. And then what I'm going to create is a magnet, a machine that I'm going to be training each employee how to recruit. They make $1,500 per person. So I'm going to be giving them the tools they need. Can you imagine I take one of my guys. One of my guys was living out of his car for a year before he worked for me. If you talk to his wife, she'd say something like this. Justin was not the boyfriend that I fell in love with. He was living out of his car. He was an athlete in college, but never really, very unlucky track he was on. And when he started at day one, he became not only an amazing boyfriend, but he became a husband. Now he's a father. Now we have 2 brand new cars. We live in a beautiful home. He's home from work early. He's moved up in the company 4 times. He came from nothing. Yes, he went to school, but you don't need a 4-year degree. A1's going to teach you what you need. So you have them. Sorry.
Okay.
You have them give you the testimonials. So the plan is Friday, drive up to a restaurant. Guy's really cool as hell. And he's talking to me. He's like, wait, where are you from? And I'm like, Michigan. Where are you from? He's like, New York. He had the shortest shorts on. I don't know. It's the weirdest thing ever. And anyways, I was like, dude, I was like, listen, you seem like a good guy. If you're looking for a job that pays really, really well, I said, I took a selfie with him. I said, give me your number and I'll text you. So I got his information. He's going to do a ride along. One thing, too, never give a business card and say, hey, if you're ever looking for work, let me know. You say, listen, dude, Tim, let's take a picture. Boom, selfie, send it to you. Let's do a ride along. I know I went off on a tangent there from where you started, but that's how I feel.
It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, I guess I was trying to selfishly ask a question for me because at one point I was not thinking I was the greatest salesman, but you have to be a pretty decent salesman to start a company and to get the ball rolling here. So I felt like there was a shift that I had to do at some point that was like, I need to trust that and be confident in myself that I had to train people to sell for our company, and I had to understand that I was good. And I was just wondering if there was a moment like that for you where you had to try, or was it this other person that you hired as
I don't know. That's what I do, the mostly sales training. Yeah. I'm sales marketing guy.
Yeah.
So for me, I look them dead in the freaking eyes, and I don't care. I can get in your personal space. It's not weird for me. I don't really give a shit. But you got to be comfortable in your own skin. Mm-hmm. Now, I did go to a barber. These are red marks from the shave burn. But so I literally went and had a whole day. Yesterday, I got my hair cut. Then I got my eyebrows. They flossed them or whatever. And then I went, and there was a barber. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to get a really good shave. So I sat me down. $25 just for a shave, but it was worth it. But I think the deal is you need to hire around your weaknesses. Mm-hmm. Do not hire your strengths. It's going to piss you off. If you're a badass accountant, do not hire an accountant because you're going to be like, you're doing it wrong. So it's been tough for me to hire marketing because I have high expectations for marketing, but sales, I'm like, listen, the fact is that I believe in myself. And anytime someone calls me, they say, hey, dude, I'm letting you down. I say, do me a favor. Shut the hell up, first of all. You're not letting me down. Secondly, go find a mirror. A mirror? Yeah, okay, they'll pull down their visor. Now look at that guy in the mirror and tell him you love him. Because if you don't love yourself, if you don't have the confidence in your own skin, you're never going to make it. Not as an owner. We've got a lot of people that are workers, but
that's good though.
I literally tell people, listen, pull your shoulders back.
Oh, let's do it.
Smile. And look people dead in the eye and ask a question.
Yeah.
Are we good to go on this? Let's go ahead and make this door safe. Yeah. And the difference is slow the hell down and have fun.
Yeah.
You know how many people used to hug me in the garage and be like, oh my God, this has never been quieter. And I'm like, I finally got used to saying it because so many people ask, what would you do if this was your mom's door? Mm-hmm. So now I say, if this was my mom's door, here's what I would be doing. And you never do. A lot of people start with a huge, like a checklist. Start the work. Start what they called you out here for. For your job, you should get them in, prove that you're awesome, prove that you're 5 out of 5 company, and then say, listen, I want to take over your GMBs. I want to monitor this. I want to take over your, start with something. And I think that's the thing is, listen, right now, SEO is an easy thing to sell. I think there's people that call me all the time that it's so hard because I feel like an agency, they outsource a lot of stuff and the content's not great. What I want to know, dollars and cents, what do you do for me? So the smart companies, they tap into the CRM and they say, I want my report. I want to know how much money we're making for you. Because my goal is to simply make you 10 times more money. I had a new guy start for me. He's the president of our company now. And he asked for a very sizable, generous salary and some other stuff. And I said, let's talk about this. And he said, let me just tell you one thing. If I don't make you 10 times the money, and he's done 20 times, but his confidence level, the eye contact, the body language, the tonality, all those things matter. Mm-hmm. And if you don't sound confident in yourself, your customers aren't going to be confident. I mean, I walk in, when I step in that garage, I'm the doctor. I own it.
Mm-hmm.
But what do I do what do you do to a doctor? Does the doctor tell you or does he ask you? Let me ask you something. How much are you working out right now? What kind of food are you eating? Are you smoking cigarettes? How much are you drinking? Is it good cardio you're getting?
Authority. So the authority frame.
They always ask questions. Now ask me a question.
I've got 5.
Just ask, no. Ask me another.
Okay.
Ask me just a general question, like random.
Random question.
Like in a garage. We're pretending we're in a garage.
Is it going to keep the heat in?
You know, that's a great question. I'm just curious. There's a lot of different types of insulation. What makes you ask that? So always return a question with a question.
Sometimes I have my dog in there.
Yeah. Well, the first place is don't leave your dog in the garage. I'm kidding.
Shit.
I'm joking. No, it's Minnesota.
Yeah. Okay, I've got let's do these rapid if you don't mind. Let's because I want to keep it tight for people. What I guess is why go to 1,000 employees? I know that's a goal of yours right now. Where are you at on that journey and why? Why are you obsessed with this kind of growth pattern?
Well, like I said, to get to $1 billion of revenue, I just want to go where other people haven't gone. I want to do it for myself. So 1,000 employees is halfway to where I'll be. It's just, to me, there's no one that's done what we're doing. And especially in an industry that's never even come close to doing it. Mm-hmm. So I just got my own personal goals and some invisible ceilings I want to break through. And, you know, it sets me up. Believe it or not, this is all part of the plan. Garagers is just the beginning. Yeah. And, you know, $1 billion company at 20% is worth roughly around $4 billion.
Do you want to sell?
I'd sell. Well, I'd be a partner still. Okay. So I'd bring on an equity partner. Yeah. And what I would do is I'd go into 10 other industries. Okay. And then I'd do it all over again. Okay. Hopefully somewhere around 50 billion is what I'm shooting for. Nothing big.
Why? I like it. Why no fancy cars and houses? I know I saw that on one of your podcasts that you did recently. It seems like that's not a big piece for you, like the luxury lifestyle stuff as much.
Yeah, you know, one day maybe, but right now, they get in the way. Cars break down. When you have a lot of stuff, you got a lot to lose. I like being that small guy that doesn't give a shit. Mm-hmm. Come at me. Yeah. When you don't got a lot, you can take more chances. I'm a risk taker. I'm a calculated risk taker. So, you know, you're worried about a house. You're worried about, shoot, the toilets are plugged. This has happened. This has happened. You take your eye off the ball.
I like it. So I know that we talked about this a little bit on the tour, but what are you guys doing for recruiting right now that's kind of next level that that would be useful, I think, to smaller businesses and medium-sized businesses as well?
Yeah, my buddy started a company called Rapid Hire Pro, and he's taught me a lot on social media. But here's the number one thing that nobody does. When you search for a company, you look at their Indeed and their Glassdoor. So get some good employees to go on Indeed and Glassdoor and hook you up. Number one, I look at that and I'm like, yeah, they got a 5-star Yelp, but a 1-star on, like, they don't think. It's like these people, like the owners, I swear. Number one. Number two is you want to be everywhere all the time. Never say I need to hire somebody. Always be hiring. Design a division of your company that's designed around hiring. Do not hire when you need somebody. Preventative maintenance. Hire when you find badasses.
I love that.
Another big one is marketing. Everybody thinks about marketing for customers. I think about marketing for great people. My top producers, we're going to Cabo, Mexico, Cabo San Lucas. I believe that's what it's called. And going with about 30 people. Yeah. And we call it the Pinnacle Club. Each of these guys in the company hit over $1 million of sales. So I got my handsome videographer here coming, and we're going to make a lot of culture videos. It's all going to be like, hey, you could come here too. So we're going to give them a bigger why, right? We just hired a dream manager. Yeah. I know I'm loud as hell. The dream manager.
Love that book, by the way.
So the deal is she's on full time now. She's working with 65 people. And our goal is to help them realize their dreams and get their credit score fixed, get them into a home, get them a rental house, give them the car of their dreams, let them go on vacations that they dream of, put their kids in private school. These little things. Imagine if I could help people accomplish their dreams. Like that to me is the ultimate satisfaction.
I love it. It's a great mindset. What what are you guys doing for the LMS, the learning management system, and what software are you using? But also, like, what's your, are people able to like learn at home and stuff? I know that a lot of it's role play and in the. I guess I'm just curious what that system looks like.
Yeah, we've got one called starts with an A. I'm trying to think of it. Servicing.
I know there's Learnable, and I know there's a couple other
Teachable.
ones. Yeah.
There's Trainable. There's
Trainable. Yeah, that's
yeah.
the
So we use one. It's a really nice one. I forget what it's called right now. I'm sorry. It's called Absorb.
Okay.
And I like LMS, but an LMS is not supposed to. You still got to have hands on. You got to change it up. You got to have videos. You got to have hands on. And you got to have
role play.
It should be fun.
Yeah.
The thing is about training is you got to understand this is when someone's getting onboarding, and I do an orientation for 3 hours, and it's so important that goes well. And then this is the first month they're going to spend with you, so be prepared. When the people come in, do something nice for them. Give them a cup of coffee. Like, go over things and write them a nice little letter. My new book's going to be about recruiting, training. So it's going to be the Home Service Millionaire Training Edition. And nice. I'm going to be putting a lot of tips on there. But if you think about a CSR, let me tell you guys something ridiculous. 2 CSRs, CSR A, CSR B. CSR is A at 60% booking rate. CSR B is at 90%. They both take 20 calls a day. You follow me? $500 ticket average. They were 300 days out of the year. CSR B made you $940,000 more. $1 million for 30% higher booking rate with 20 calls a day. We don't think about, they say, listen, our CSRs, yeah, we give them $15 an hour. We basically don't respect our CSRs and dispatchers. We think the technicians and installers are everything. Booking calls is the front line. It's the first line of defense. And if you don't think about this stuff, you're only as strong as your weakest link. I absolutely love that saying. You're only as strong as your weakest link. And most of the time it's in your call center.
That's good. I love that. I know that roofing has an issue with that.
Oh, God, it's horrible.
Yeah.
One of the things I recommend is using call cap. One of the things I recommend is having a second call center.
Okay.
I got a guy.
What's call cap do?
Call cap listens to each call and they grade it.
Ah.
So they have a third party.
Yeah.
They listen to the call. And what you'll find, here's a tip for you guys. Get on a voice over internet protocol system. There's a feature called Round Robin, which it'll distribute calls to each person. Put on a weighted average to your best people first and make way more money.
I love it. I also just talked to a dude at Win the Storm. It's Rilla AI, and I think it's kind of the similar thing, except it's using AI to kind of grade.
We've got some AI stuff.
Analytics on phone calls. I just saw, was hearing about it. I was like, that's super cool.
There's this one called Gong.
Yeah. I've seen that.
Like Gong is pretty intense.
Yeah.
Here's the deal. Don't invest in any more software if you're not utilizing what you already have.
Woo, that's good.
It's true.
Yeah, exactly.
Most people, I'm like, do you have a call tracking number for your marketing campaigns? They're like, what's a call tracking number?
Yeah. And they've got 3 new softwares that they're starting to try to use soon. Yeah.
Oh, man.
A lot too.
All the time.
All right. Small to mid-sized businesses again. Like, we got a lot of roofers going from 2 million to 10 million. So if you don't mind trying to think about it that way. Think about that a little bit. What are the crucial KPIs that you focus on? I know you have a ton of KPIs, key performance indicators that you guys probably focus on. But what are some that you want to hammer on that you're thinking about all the time?
Well, I got mine, but just understand key performance indicators are lagging indicators. They're what happened. What you want to figure out is how do you make your culture, how do you make people have a why to come to work? Do they understand how to win the game? Do you have manuals? Do you have bonuses? Do you have incentive pay? Those things matter, number one. Number two is the KPIs that matter. I can tell you exactly more about your business in a whiteboard with just a few KPIs. Number one is I need to understand your face-to-face. First of all, I need to know what your average ticket is. And I'll raise it. I'll double it like this. Using financing, and never call it financing, call it promotions. And if you can't get somebody through financing, like I said, get with a credit card repair company, come up with a program. It's something I'm working on. Average ticket raise. Number two, face-to-face conversion rate. You better have a freaking really, really good process that where, I love the movie The Founder, where the McDonald's brothers are sitting there figuring out the best process, exactly how to do it. You know, when you squeeze the stuff on a Big Mac, it can't be too much, it can't be too little. It's the perfect amount every time. There's always 3 tomatoes. Every single time they learn these things. So create your process face-to-face like that. This is a beautiful home, if you don't mind me asking. How long have you been here? I've already looked at Zillow. I've already looked at your LinkedIn. I've already looked at your Facebook. I've already looked at everything. I know more about you than any of your neighbors do before I even come to the house. I know when you bought the home. Number 3, I need to know your booking rate, but I want to understand, are you doing stuff on Nextdoor? Are you doing things on Yelp? Are you doing things on form fills? Are you doing things on online chat? If you're not doing this stuff, and I screw up sometimes too, so don't get mad at yourself, just change it. And then I want to know, what does it cost you to acquire a lead? You see, if you got just those KPIs, average ticket, your closing rate, your booking rate, and your cost to acquire a customer, I'll spike all these. I'll lower your cost to acquire a customer. Then I just pour gasoline. Gasoline is the marketing. You know how much it's going to cost? So then I just know, I'll give you a clue. You take all these numbers, divide them into each other. Then it tells you how many jobs you need to hit how much revenue you want. So I know how many jobs I need to get to 151 million. And I don't want to tell you, it's a crazy number. But lots and lots of jobs.
Are there enough garage doors?
There's more than enough, because I'm getting in the garage door flooring, garage door storage, front doors, and windows. I don't know if I can get to 1 billion just with garage doors, but one of the questions you asked me earlier is, how do you go into another sector? And I'll tell you this. Don't do it until you maximize the current one you're in. The problem is, you get them focused over here, they stop focusing on this. You get your guys focused on this, they can't go here. Automate as much as possible. Automate as many things as possible. ServiceTitan allows me for automation. So it's 96 hours before they get the garage door installed. I'm going to give them an opportunity. Would you like some storage racks installed? And it's always an upsell on the back end. And what happens if you automate it? I love humans, but I hate them at the same time, because you can't get them to do the same thing over and over again. Software does the same thing over and over again.
How do you hold your sales team accountable? So when we were on the tour, you had mentioned that it's not as much about creating the standard operating procedures, but you should spend almost 10 times as long making sure that there's checks and balances in place to make sure people follow through. So what are some of the ways that you help people follow through, or that the company does? So
number 1, secret shoppers. Number 2, secret shoppers, when you have a customer, you give them what you want to hear, and they write down everything. So I was in the restaurant industry, so that's something I'm familiar with. But
you're a bar back, or
I was a busboy bar back.
Me too, bro.
Were you?
Yeah.
See, the best.
I wanted
to
be a server, but they never let me be a server.
See, I moved up to server.
Okay,
I actually moved up to bartender. So the deal is, when you're building a system, I went and visited Leland Smith, $600 million. And I'm watching his dispatchers. They got 3 monitors, and they're calling every single customer to make sure, did the guy have his footies on? Basically a quick survey in the middle of the call. And so what I'm designing right now is a video that goes out. Well, he's going to do it. A video that goes out 10 minutes after we start the work. And I just want to make sure that Tim talked to you a little bit about some of the promotional offers we've got going on. Did he mention that we do garage door storage? Did he mention that we have those beautiful floors? And we just, now what happens? Their behavior starts to change because they know, great, the customer's going to get this video. I might as well just say it ahead of time. And then we've got pictures in our CRM. Like every sticker needs a picture and it's geotagged. You can't fake the system. So creating things that take pictures. Our videos, we do a lot of videos.
Do you have a system for that? I don't know.
ServiceTitan.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
The ServiceTitan's our CRM.
Awesome. How do you empower leaders?
So this is a big one. I think one of the hardest problems about growing is developing leadership. And first time I did it, I paid everybody $100 to read a book, cash. And I said, I need this book read by next week. And these guys are like, last book they read was like Dr. Seuss. So I finally got these. Number 1 is get them to read. Number 2 is respect their chain of command. I'll never veto somebody. I'd veto them if they fired somebody recklessly. Especially some of my managers tend to really go after the top performers. And I say this, if you're going to go after the top, you better fire the bottom. You know, Tom Brady, Tom Brady used to. Who do you think got more attention, Tom Brady or the third-string quarterback?
Tom Brady.
So do you think that making Tom Brady the best version, the top guy in the league, working on him more? How many times in business do we go after the bottom 20%, try to work with the guys that are shit in the bed? You should be making the top guys better, raising the bar every day, working with the top. I work with the top 10% every day. I let everybody else work with the bottom 20% because that to me is like I'm babysitting. My top guys were revolutionizing the industry, thinking of ways to be better, faster, stronger. Great for the customers, making sure we do for them what we do for mom.
That's a really good mindset. I appreciate that. And then, I mentioned this earlier, but I want to touch on it in the podcast. What's your system for making standard operating procedures? It sounds like you're not who owns that?
Yeah, Luke is heavily into operations, but like me and Jim Leslie work a lot on like for example.
What's the role title? Excuse me,
so they're all C-level, C-suite level,
okay,
but
sweet.
VPs but it's broken down into the departments. But the deal is, each one of my other warehouses now, we've got a list.
Yeah.
When we go rent that place out, we go to Costco, Home Depot, and Amazon,
Mm-hmm.
and we order the same stuff. When I do a GMB, all these things get knocked out. LSA ads. My background check gets shared for LSA. It's called advanced verification. There's a process. And here's the thing. People go, they're afraid of processes. Most people listening right now, I'm sure they're great firefighters. They're great at problem solving. I'll leave you, Tommy. It's all about the vanilla. You got to have manuals, checklists. You got to have an org chart. You got to have a chain of command. You got to have accountability. And, what got us to 100 million will not get us to $1 billion. So right now, the people I bring, I'll tell you what, 3 years ago, I wouldn't have attracted the people I got now coming on. 3 years ago, I couldn't have. Now, the people that I'm hiring have worked for billion-dollar companies. So they know how to get there quicker. So unfortunately, I'd love to just kind of skip second base and go straight to home plate and say, how do I get to $1 billion? But sometimes you got to grow with what you have.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, don't let anybody get comfortable. Ken Goodrich was at one of my board things, and he sat in the meeting and he goes, you know what? Tommy calls me twice a week. He reads a new book every day. This guy is hungry. He's hungry. He's growing himself. And he looks at all the managers and he goes, my best advice for Tommy, you looking at me? I said, yes, sir. He goes, I want you to fire these guys. I want them to work 40 to 50 hours a week and then work 15 to 20 hours on themselves because you're growing way too fast to hang out with these losers if they can't keep up with you. Okay. I was like, he said it really, and he goes, was I a little harsh? I go, yeah, but they needed to hear it because you've got to grow yourself. I told my guys on Thursday, we have a big meeting. I said, plan on working the hardest you've ever worked. This is going to be the hardest company you ever worked for. But you're only going to work on one thing all the time. Guess what that is?
Specialization?
Yourself.
Oh, okay.
You're going to work on yourself. You're going to make the best version of you. You know what hell on earth is? Imagine you're walking down Lake Minnetonka.
Yeah.
It's from Minnesota. And he sees this guy. This guy's got this little kid on his shoulders. He's got this six-pack. He's funny. His skin's perfect. He's charismatic. He's a multi-millionaire. And you walk up to him and you go, we must be related. And you realize he's the best version of you. That's hell on earth. So my goal is not to let people meet the best version. It's to create the best version of yourself.
I like it. Well, is there any questions? Not yet. Okay, so
you guys don't ask questions?
Yeah, no, I don't know if I didn't promote this well enough. I would have thought there would have been a ton of questions. But thank you guys so much for watching and listening to the podcast. What should people check out?
Yeah, so I wrote the book, The Home Service Millionaire. I got the next book coming out at the end of the summer. It's going to be about hiring, recruiting, orientation. My podcast isn't as good as The Hook, but it's called The Home Service Expert. And I've got a new podcast coming out called Ask Tommy, and it's going to be killer. I don't mean to do self-promotion, but I'll take the chance. I'll take the opportunity, I should say. I'm interviewing all of our top employees, C-suite, some of our sales guys, some of our trainers, and we're going through and we're finding out what is their lives like? What is it like to work here? What's their role? And what's going to happen is this is a big recruiting tool. This is going to be, it's a time to give my amazing team a chance to get recognized. So it does recognition, it builds culture, it gets recruiting, it gets customers. And I think this one, we get 25,000 downloads a month on the Home Service Expert. I think this one's going to do 100,000. And see, I measure. Yeah. What gets measured gets managed.
Yeah.
And I don't care about the downloads. I care that I'm doing better each month. I want to BYB, better your best.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't know where you sit today, how are you supposed to be better tomorrow?
Mm-hmm.
But one word to the wise. I'll end with this. You want to make your company better? You have no idea what it looks like? You need to go out and find the best company in your industry. Fly across town. Fly across the country. Go there, and I want you on the plane to write down 1,000 questions, at least 100. And I want you to genuinely be interested in asking questions. And when you walk in this room of a multi-$100 million company, hopefully in your industry, definitely exists in roofing, you'll find the air is a little bit different. You'll find the smiles are a little bit better. You'll find the production is just happening a little bit more. And you'll learn where you need to go. I think so many times we just don't know our destination. We've never seen it. So when I go to $100 million, $500 million, I can't go to $100 million because we've already surpassed that. So now I'm like, how do I get to the $1 billion shops? And you know, I wouldn't be surprised if I go to Amazon or Google here the next year, because I aspire to be number one. That's one of my core values. So the only person, Elon Musk is who I look at as my competitor, truthfully. I really do.
I like it. Well, thanks everyone for watching. Hookagency.com. Check out A1 Garage.
Get hooked.
Exactly. Thank you guys.
Thanks, guys.